So we are at the bottom of the first official mountain. So this is our first crossing here. But apparently the water's cold. It's a beautiful spot. Lots of campsites here. And Roland made it, so I'm gonna give it a try. Morning. It is Friday, April 5th, a little after 10. Roland and I started 7 something from the Athens Big Fork South trailhead. Did the little 1.1 miles over to the junction with the Eagle Rock Loop and the Viles Branch Trail. And then we started the Athens Big Fork Trail going north. We've made a couple of mountain climbs to this point. Headed over here to West Blaylock Creek trailhead to meet up with the Kaisers. Vic and Jan, they're driving up from Houston this morning. Roland and I camped out by a little stream last night there by the parking lot and trailhead. It was kind of neat. None of the leaves are too terribly full on the trees at this point, so we've had some pretty nice views. Trail's been good. A couple of steep climbs, a couple of pretty steep descents. For us long-legged fellas, it's harder going downhill than going up. Several stream crossings. This last one I gave up on trying to keep my feet dry, so we're going to stop here in a little while, wait on Vic, take my shoes and socks off, and let everything dry out. But it's a beautiful start to the trip. Wasn't a cloud in the sky last night, stars twinkling, and a little stream lulling us to sleep. It was definitely a good way to start the trip. And Friday, April 9th, April 5th, we should have good weather pretty much all day. Chance of rain on Saturday, but we'll worry about that when Saturday rolls around. Hey there. So Roland and I made it to the West Blaylock Creek trailhead. Vic and Jan are on their way, just enjoying the sunshine. Had our lunch, resting up a little bit, and then once they get here and get settled, we'll hit the trail again. Nice place. Love me some Arkansas. All right, it's Friday, almost 1:30. We have made it about close to 6 miles from where Roland and I left this morning. We're hiking along this little trail along the Briar Creek. I believe it's called Briar Creek. Kind of flat. Got a little bit of a climb coming up, maybe 280 feet. And then there's a big down of like 600 feet down. And then we got to go back up around 800. So this next 2 hours is going to be a doozy. I think this is letting us get our legs back under us before we start that hill. So it's a beautiful day, beautiful scenery, great company. So, can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be than right here, right now. Oh yeah, so we just got one more mountain to climb. That's where we just came from down there. One more mountain to climb, then we're done. So, yay, we're going up there all the way to where you can see the blue skies on the other side. Oh, let's go to Arkansas. Hike 30 miles. It'll be fun, he says. Someday. So we're coming down the backside of, I think, Hurricane Mountain or Hurricane Knob or something like that. It's the last mountain before we get down to Little Missouri River Trail. Roland's back there behind me somewhere, and the Kaiser's back beyond that. So it's been a great day of hiking. Man, these hills have been no joke. This last one, we were debating earlier when we did the first like 4. Well, okay, this one was first and this one was last. It was easiest. Well, there is no question about it right now. If you're going clockwise, the northernmost climb, going up that from the south to the north, no joke. It makes you earn the next 2 days of easier hiking by the river, because you get there and you're like, man, we just got one more hill to climb. Huh. Yeah, they laugh at you because it was straight up, very steep, and no switchbacks. But you get your heart pumping, get you a little slow gear diesel rhythm going, and make it on up there, get to the top, great views, get a drink, refresh, and then down the hill. Here we go. So it's been an awesome day of hiking. We've topped the last mountain. Now we're going downhill, headed towards the trail junction for the Little Missouri River Trail. So we'll go down here to the bottom and wait on the Kaisers, and then we'll hang a right and start looking for a suitable camp for the evening. That's one thing that's great about this loop so far. Man, there's great campsites. Seems like every couple of 100 yards when you're down in the bottoms. And then there's usually been a little camp on the top of each mountain. I don't know if people are actually, I'm sure people are actually camping up there, because there's a little fire ring and sometimes a sitting log. But we're hoping to find us something down in the bottomland here in a little while by the river. Set us up camp and have dinner and just chill. I'm getting in the pool. I can use a bath. Water's cold, but we've hiked across it a couple times and it's refreshing. So Vic and I have already talked about it. We will be getting in the river. So I'll check in with you in a little bit. Started Saturday morning. We are hiking along the Little Missouri River, and this is what it looks like around every corner, it seems like. The one thing that shocked us all about this hike is it seems like there's campsites about every couple of 100 yards. Fire ring and plenty of area for trees and tents. This is a great spot here. This is about a quarter mile past where we actually camped last night. I was looking for the next campsite, which this would have been it. And this would have been a great spot, but I mean, where we've had was also equally as good. Man, just pretty country up here. And this is going to sound like a broken record pretty much all day today, I think. Just every couple of 100 yards is another beautiful spot. I mean, if you had a campsite right around here in the hot summer, or the hot spring for that matter, golly, it's just beautiful. Crystal clear water. Hadn't seen much fish, D, but I'd definitely be interested in packing a tin car next time I come out here. Man, the prettiness on this trail just keeps on coming. This little waterfall here, and then look right up above it. There's a little pool, and something comes down the mountain up there. It normally has a little natural pool there. And just the moss growing on the rocks. And then right across here you got a little opening. It's fixing to be turkey season, I think. That's probably a prime spot to be right here come turkey time. Haven't seen any or heard any, but Roland said he almost flew into his truck when he was coming in Thursday night. So they're out here somewhere. We're shaking the bridge, Roland. Oh, there's the falls. We're at the top of the falls now. There's an overlook down there below us. Hey there. It's 12:15 on Saturday the 6th of April. We are on the Little Missouri River Trail. We are between Little Missouri Falls, which was awesome, and Albert Pike Recreation Area. Roland and I are kind of hiking together. Vic and Jan are back behind us. Everybody's hiking their own pace, hoping to kind of rendezvous at Albert Pike. We've got a little over 4 miles from where we are now to get to Albert Pike. We're just hiking through the river bottom, mixed hardwoods and a few pines. It's early enough that the underbrush has not completely overtaken things at this point. Trails have been very, very well maintained, or well used, well worn. Haven't had to bushwhack hardly at all. Except for one little time where we actually were supposed to cross the river, but we didn't. So anyway, river's flowing nicely. Roland and I just had to make a pretty good crossing back there of the Little Missouri River and some other creek where they come together. You cross the Little Missouri to the north side, and then you got to cross the creek from west to east. wasn't too bad. Knee deep. Just get your footing, go slow, find a spot, take your time. Use these if you have them. 3 points of contact, safety first, folks. Here's just an example of one of the sites. Little burn pit there, fire pit. Where they stacked them up, kind of direct the fire. I mean, there's campsites like this all over. Check out the tree over there with all the bark. It's all piled up on the ground. Seen several of those trees, probably due to lightning strikes. It's just been, I mean, it's overcast. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's very pleasant, in the 60s probably. And no rain yet, although by 3 p.m. they're saying percentages go up to 50%. So Roland's back there behind me. We're gonna hike on to Albert Pike, which is probably 4 miles now. And that'll get us there about 2 o'clock. We'll wait on the Kaisers and make a decision from there. So I'll put this down until I see something nice, which is pretty much all of it. So I'll pick my battles. It's been a great day. No place I'd rather be than right here, right now. But I do miss my girls. Love you. Well, I see some pink flags up here. That has meant usually a river crossing. I haven't checked the map, but we'll see what it's all about together. I don't see any pink flags over there or white blazes over there, but it's leading us right to the river. Yep. Yep, there's a trail right over there. So that looks more than knee deep. So we're fixing it wet. Look at my bushwhack down there. I think that's where Rain Man tried it one time. Listen. It was meant to be for us to camp here tonight. When Roland and I came down this trail yesterday morning on the way to the rendezvous point with Jan and Vic, this horseshoe was hanging upside down from this knot right here. And I saw it when I came down the trail, and I turned it up. I said, oh man, somebody's letting all the luck run out. Well, here's our camp for the night. There is what used to be a little trickle of a stream when we crossed it yesterday morning. We're up here high and dry. There's my spot. Here's Roland. And here's the fire ring. You can see the blazes there and on up the hill. That's where Roland and I are headed back to the truck in the morning. 3 miles to go. So we'll be hitting the sack after dinner, having an early night. So I got to brag on my chicken soup here. This was a package of chicken breast. And then I took 1 tomato bouillon cube, and then some dehydrated broccoli, reconstitute or boiled that, and then right at the very end I threw in these French fried jalapenos and red peppers. Oh man, turned out good. Yummy. Morning everybody. It is 7:46 Sunday morning, April 7th. Roland and I, after yesterday's events, we made it back to that camp there just up above West Blaylock Creek trailhead where Vic was parked. And we were really worried about them. I wasn't sure if they made it through the crossings to be able to make it to Albert Pike to have a best chance for a bailout. Well, I just got service a little bit ago on this mountain on the way back to the truck. Checked in with my wife. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna send Vic a message just so that he knows we're okay and let him know we're thinking about them. Well, he just responded, hallelujah. They were able to make it to Albert Pike, and then they bailed to the truck. I don't know if that means they got a hitch. There were people that stayed at cabins at Albert Pike, or if they walked the Forest Service Road like Roland and I did. Regardless, they're safe. They made it to the truck, and if they stayed there last night, then we were all camped within a half mile of one another. But if they bailed to the truck last night, then my guess is that they headed on to the house. But anyway, I'll check in with him a little bit later. We'll swap stories and details, and I'm just glad they're okay. That kind of made my morning a little better. That was weighing on my mind. Halfway felt guilty because I felt like we left them behind, but we had discussed it prior to the trip that everybody was going to hike their own hike, and everybody's grown folks and they can all take care of themselves. And regardless, when you're hiking with buddies, you do feel a little bit of a sense of team, that you want everybody to be safe and stay together if you can. But we knew what it was going to be like going in, so I'm just glad they're okay, and I've just really made my morning. So we'll see you at the end of the trail, unless I see something else of consequence.